How does redlining affect housing, and what does that mean for people today? We're Divisible, a documentary film about redlining, and we can explain in 2 minutes or less. Housing is one of the first things most people think about when it comes to redlining, and for good reason. The legacy of redlining is still impacting our housing system today. As we've discussed in our previous videos, redlining was a government-created system that ranked neighborhoods based on how worthy each neighborhood was for receiving the available federally backed loans. This ranking relied on racist ideology that the presence of black folks in a neighborhood would decrease property values. And combined with things like blockbusting and white flight, black folks and minority residents were essentially forced into living in redlined areas that were deemed ineligible for these affordable loans. Although the Fair Housing Act legally ended redlining in 1968, institutionalized racism didn't, and redlining's impact persisted. So what does that mean for people today? Well, it means that the racial segregation in cities and neighborhoods is still prevalent due to these policies. Redlined areas have seen a long-term decline in home ownership, home values, and credit scores among non-white residents. Redlining also curbed the economic development in minority neighborhoods, and after decades of under- or disinvestment, these neighborhoods are still seen as risky for investors and developers. All of these effects compounded on one another into what is now a larger racial gap in homeownership today than there was in 1960 when redlining was still legal. Follow us to learn more and watch Divisible, coming out on July 8th.